In today's session, let us solve a few questions based on coordinate geometry. Let's take a look at the first question. What point on the y-axis is equidistant from points A of 7, 6 and B of -3, 4? So let us draw a quick diagram for this question. Diagrams for these problems need not be very accurate. Very accurate in the sense you need not actually draw them on a 2D plot. We can just draw 2 points. So there is a point A, right? So there is a point A which is 7, 6. There is a point on the y-axis. So let that point be C. Now this particular point C is equidistant from points A and B. So equidistant from A and B is going to mean, so this is point B, which is -3, 4. It is given that the point C is equidistant from A and B. That means the distance between C and A is equal to the distance between C and B, right? It is also given that the point is on the y-axis. So because this point is on the y-axis, I can say that this particular point, the x-coordinate of point C is going to be 0. And the y-coordinate is y, right? So I can say that since the point C is on the y-axis, the x-coordinate of C is equal to 0. So therefore, let the point C be C of 0, y. Now it is given that C is equidistant from A and B. So if you notice, I have actually not plotted the points exactly on a graph paper. I have just marked them as 2 points, right? So these are not exactly accurate with respect to their quadrants or coordinates, and therefore because C is equidistant from A and B, I can say that the length AC is equal to the length AB, right? And because AC is equal to AB, I can now say that the length AC according to distance formula is going to be under root of, now when I calculate AC, I will have to consider the coordinates of A and C. The coordinate of A is 7, 6, C is 0, y. So the distance between AC is going to be 7 minus 0 the whole square. The difference in their x coordinates, right? So 7 minus 0 the whole square plus the difference in the y coordinates, that is 6 minus y the whole square. This is equal to the length AB can be found out as, so when I find AB, I will now have to take coordinates of, by the way, C is equidistant from AB. That implies that AC is equal to BC, right? Not AB. So AC is equal to BC. That means the distance between points B and C, I will now have to take the x coordinate of B and C. So that's going to be -3 minus 0 the whole square plus the difference in their y coordinate, that is 4 minus y the whole square. So one mistake that we rectified right now is that AC was written as AC equal to AB. We rectified it to AC equals BC, and then we found the length of AC and the length of BC using the distance formula. So now I can write this as under root of 7 minus 0 is 7 square is 49 plus 6 minus y the whole square is equal to under root of -3 minus 0 is -3, the whole square is 9, plus 4 minus y the whole square. Now squaring both sides. So I will say squaring both sides. Squaring both sides. What we now get is 49 plus 6 minus y the whole square is equal to 9 plus 4 minus y the whole square. And now I can apply a minus b the whole square to both sides. So I get 49 plus 6 minus y the whole square is 6 square is 36 minus 12y is the 2ab term plus y square. This is equal to 9 plus 4 minus y the whole square. So again I should use a minus b the whole square. That's a square minus 2ab plus b square. Now if you consider y square and y square cancels, and therefore I get 49 plus 36 becomes 85 minus 12y is equal to 9 plus 16 is 25 minus 8y, and combining the like terms on same side, 85 minus 25 becomes 12y minus 8y, which means 60 is equal to 4y, and therefore the value of y is 15, right? And they were asking us which point on the y-axis. So we have found the y coordinate of the point. So now I can say that the point on y-axis, equidistant from A and B is given by, the point is C of 0 comma y. So 0 comma y is 15. So the point is C of 0 comma 15. So this is how I can solve this particular question. Again, some key ideas that I used in this particular problem were, because the point lies on the y-axis, I was able to write it as C of 0 comma y, and then I used the concept of equidistant points where AC was equal to BC, because C is equidistant from these 2 points. So that is why AC was equal to BC, and then I got, using distance formula, I got the length of AC and I got the length of BC, and squaring both sides I was able to get the value of y. So pausing for a few seconds before I continue. Moving on to the next question. Let us take a look at the next question. Find the point on the y-axis which is equidistant from points A and B. Again, let's draw a rough diagram. We have 2 points A and B. The coordinate of A is 4, 0. The coordinate of B is 4, 12. It is given that there is a point C on the y-axis which is equidistant from these 2 points. So let this point be C, right? And this point is on the y-axis. That means the coordinate of C is 0, y. So again I can say that since C is on the y-axis, we know that the x coordinate is 0. So since C is on the y-axis, let its coordinates be C of 0, y. Now it is given that C is equidistant from A and B. So C is equidistant from A and B. So let me not make a mistake this time. So I can say that the length AC is equal to the length BC, because C is equidistant from these 2 points. And using distance formula, I can now frame the expression for AC and BC. So using distance formula, if I want to find the length of AC, then I will have to take the coordinates of A and C into picture. So that means this is going to be under root of, AC is going to be under root of 4 minus 0 the whole square, 4 minus 0 the whole square plus 0 minus y the whole square, right? 0 minus y the whole square, and that equals under root of, now let me find the length of BC. So when I find the length of BC, I should take the coordinates of B and C into consideration. So it's going to be 4 minus 0 the whole square plus 12 minus y the whole square. And now again I can square on both sides. So squaring both sides, I get 4 minus 0 is 4. So 4 square plus 0 minus y is minus y the whole square is y square equals 4 square plus 12 minus y the whole square, right? The square root sign vanishes when I square both sides. And now I can solve this particular equation. So 16 plus y square equals 4 square is again 16 plus 12 minus y square is 12 square minus 2ab, that is 24y plus y square. And now y square and y square is going to cancel, and therefore I get 16 is equal to 16 plus 144 is 160 minus 24y, which means 24y is 160 minus 16, which means 24y is equal to 144, and this implies y is equal to 6, right? Therefore, I can say that the coordinate of the point, on y-axis, that is equidistant from A and B, is C of 0 comma y, that's C of 0 comma 6. This is how I can find the point on the y-axis, right? So again, pausing for a minute before I move on to my next question. Moving on to the next question. Find the value of x if the distance between the points a of x comma minus 1. So let us draw a rough diagram. You will notice that every time I draw a diagram, it is not necessarily very accurate in the sense I don't really have to take their coordinates and plot it exactly, but a rough diagram is sufficient, right? So find the value of x if the distance between a of x comma minus 1 and b of 3 comma 2 is 5 units. Now we know that using the distance formula, I can say that the distance between a and b, so ab is going to be square root of x minus 3 the whole square. Of course, you can write it as x minus 3 the whole square or 3 minus x the whole square. Both seem to work fine. So I have taken x minus 3 the whole square plus minus 1 minus 2 the whole square. That's the difference between their y coordinates. So that's going to be minus 1 minus 2 the whole square. And this is nothing but under root of x minus 3 the whole square plus negative 1, negative 2 is negative 3. Negative 3 the whole square is going to be positive 9. And now it is given that the distance AB is 5 units. That is given to me. Therefore, I can say that under root of x minus 3 the whole square plus 9 is equal to 5 units. Squaring both sides. So squaring both sides, we get Squaring both sides, we get x minus 3 the whole square plus 9 is equal to 5 square, which is equal to 25. And now I can write this as x minus 3 the whole square is 25 minus 9, which means x minus 3 the whole square is equal to 16. Now I have two options. I can either open up all the terms, that is I can apply a minus b the whole square, or I can directly take square root on both sides. Because 16 is a perfect square, I choose to take the square root on both sides. So I get x minus 3 is square root of 16, which means x minus 3 is either positive 4 or x minus 3 is equal to negative 4. And therefore the value of x is either 7 or the value of x is minus 4 plus 3, and therefore x is either 7 or x is negative 1. These are the possible values of x for which the distance between the points A and B is going to be 5 units. So now I can very quickly show you how this is going to work on the graph paper. Okay, why are we getting these two answers? Let us quickly inspect. Assume that you have the point B of 3, 2. So that's 1, 2 and 3 and 1 and 2. So the point B is going to be here. It is given that the point A is x, minus 1. That means the y coordinate of this line of this point is negative 1, and therefore if I plot the line y equals minus 1, the point has to lie on this particular red line. That's because the y coordinate is negative 1. Now if you think about it, you can take a rounder measurement of 5 units and cut out two arcs that will intersect this line. One point where it will intersect is maybe over here, and the other point that the 5 unit arc will intersect this line is here. So this point is therefore equal to x, negative 1. X is minus 1. So this point is negative 1, negative 1. And this point is going to be x is positive 7, negative 1. That is why you are getting two answers for x over here, because both these points are going to have their y coordinate as negative 1, and the distance between these 2 points, that is distance between L and B and the distance between M and B, is going to be 5 units. So this is why you are getting two different values for x. Not that it is necessary right now, but because we got two answers for x, I wanted to show you the geometrical relevance of this particular question. So now pausing for a minute before I move on to the next one. Moving on to the next question. The next question reads, find a point on x-axis. Find a point on x-axis which is equidistant from these 2 points, A of 2, 5 and B of negative 2, 9. So let me again draw a rough diagram. The distance between A of 2, minus 5, A of 2, minus 5 and the point C. C is the point on the x-axis. So let C be the point. Let C be the point on x-axis, and therefore I can say that the coordinate of C, therefore the coordinate of C is C of x comma 0. So this is the point C of x comma 0, and this particular point is equidistant from A and B. So this is the point B. This is the point B of negative 2 comma 9. It is given that C is equidistant from these 2 points, right? That means I can now say that the length of AC is equal to the length of BC, and this is because C is equidistant from A and B. Now the length of AC is going to be under root of, if I want to find the length of AC, I should be taking the coordinates of A and C. So length of AC is going to be x minus 2 the whole square plus the difference in their y coordinates is minus 5 minus 0 the whole square, which is equal to square root of BC. Now to find the square root of BC, you need to take the coordinates of B and C. So the difference is negative 2 negative x the whole square plus the difference in their y coordinate is 9 minus 0 the whole square. Now I am going to square both sides. So squaring both sides to get rid of the square roots. Squaring both sides, we get x minus 2 the whole square plus negative 5 negative 0 is negative 5 square is positive 25, which equals, now from negative to negative x I can take out a negative sign, so it becomes negative of 2 plus x the whole square plus 9 minus 0 becomes 9, and 9 square is 81. So therefore this becomes x minus 2 the whole square plus 25 is equal to, negative number square is positive, and this therefore becomes 2 plus x the whole square plus 81. Expanding the left hand side, I get x square minus 4x plus 4 plus 25 is equal to x square plus 4x plus 4 plus 81. And now from both sides, x square and x square will cancel. 4 and 4 also cancel. So the numbers that are remaining are minus 4x plus 25 is equal to positive 4x plus 81, and therefore negative 4x is 81 minus 25, which means negative 8x is equal to 56, and therefore x equals minus 7. Therefore the point on x-axis, equidistant from A and B is given by negative 7 comma 0, right? So again let me just show you the significance of this question. If I were to draw the x and y axis and plot these 2 points, so 2 comma negative 5 is going to lie in the 4th quadrant. So 2 comma negative 5 lies over here. So that's A of 2 comma negative 5. And B of negative 2 comma 9. So negative 2 comma 9 is going to lie in the 2nd quadrant. This is B of negative 2 comma 9. Now the point which is equidistant on the x-axis from these 2 points. So this is the first point. Let me label it with a red color. This point and this point. The point on x-axis which is equidistant from these 2 points happens to be the point minus 7 comma 0, right? And this particular point lies on the x-axis. So if I extend this particular point is going to be negative 7 comma 0. So this is the relevance of this particular problem, the geometrical representation of this problem. And again, let me pause for a minute while you take a look at the solution, and then we shall continue. Moving on to the next question. Let us solve the following question. Find the radius of the circle which passes through the point 7, -4 and the coordinates of the center is 0 of 4, 0. So it is given that there is a circle whose center is O of 4, 0. This is the center of this circle. And the circle is passing through a point which is A of 7, -4. We have to find the radius of this circle. So if you think about it, the radius of the circle is nothing but the distance between the center and any point on the circumference, right? So I can say that since the center is O of 4, 0 and the circle passes through A of 7, -4, I can say that the radius of the circle is going to be OA, which is basically the distance between points O and A. The coordinates of O and A are known, so I can find OA using distance formula. So I can say using distance formula, the length OA will be equal to square root of, I can find the distance between O and A, it will be 4 minus 7 the whole square, that's the difference between their x coordinates, plus the difference in their y coordinates is going to be 0 minus of -4, 0 minus of -4 the whole square. And that is going to be square root of 4 minus 7 is -3 the whole square, plus the difference is going to be 0 plus 4, that is 4 the whole square, and that is going to be square root of 9 plus 16, which is square root of 25, and that is 5 units. So I can say that the radius of the given circle is therefore equal to 5 units. Now, of course, it is not asked in the question, but since the radius is 5 units, the diameter would be 10 units. And if they ask you to find the area, then area would be pi r square. Whereas if they ask you the circumference, then it is going to be 2 pi r, right? So once you know the radius, you can find various parameters of the given circle. So this is how we solve this question, pausing for a few seconds before moving on to the next one. Moving on to the next question. Find the points on the y-axis which is equidistant from A of -3, 4 and B of 7, 6. So let the point C be, let the point on y-axis be C of, the x coordinate of the point will be 0 and the y coordinate will be y, right? Because the point is on the y-axis, I can assume that the x coordinate is 0 and the y coordinate could be anything. And this particular point C is going to be equidistant from the points A of -3, 4, and B of 7, 6. So the point C is going to be 0, y. So as C is equidistant from A and B, I can say that AC is equal to BC, Now AC can be calculated as under root of AC would be, so when I calculate AC, I should be taking coordinates of A and C. So AC will be under root of 0 minus of minus 3 the whole square, that's the difference between their x coordinates, plus y minus 4 the whole square, that's the difference between their y coordinates. And BC can be calculated as, so BC, when I calculate BC, I should take the coordinates of B and C. The difference in their x coordinate is 7 minus 0, the square of that, plus the difference in the y coordinates is 6 minus y the whole square. So this becomes under root of 0 minus of minus 3 is 3, 3 square is 9. So 9 plus y minus 4 the whole square is equal to under root of 7 minus 0 is 7 square is 49 plus 6 minus y the whole square. And now I can say squaring both sides, what I get is 9 plus y minus 4 the whole square is equal to 49 plus 6 minus y the whole square. Using a minus b the whole square, what I get is 9 plus y square minus 8y plus 16 is equal to 49 plus 36 minus 12y plus y square. And now y square and y square can cancel from both sides. So on simplification, 9 plus 16 is 25. So what I get is 25 minus 8y is equal to 49 plus 36 is 85 minus 12y, which means 12y minus 8y, rearranging the terms, grouping all y terms on the left hand side and all constants on the right hand side, I get 4y is equal to 60, which means the value of y is 15. And therefore the point on y-axis, that is equidistant from A and B, is C of 0, 15, right? This is the point. So again, pausing for a few seconds before moving on to the next one. Moving on to the next question. Let's take a look at the following question. If the points A of 4, 3 and B of x, 5 are on a circle with center O of 2, 3, find the value of x. So this is a circle whose center is O of 2, 3. So this is O of 2, 3. And the point A is situated here. So the point A is here, A of 4, 3. And the point B is situated here, which is B of x, 5. Now we have to find the value of x, right? So what I know is, I know that A and B lie on the circumference. And because they lie on the circumference, the distance between A and the center, that is O is the center of the circle. So this distance is going to be the radius, right? OA is going to be the radius, as well as the distance between O and B is also going to be the radius. Therefore, I can say that the length OA is equal to the length OB, which means that O is equidistant from A and B. So I can say that Since O is the center of the circle, I know that OA and OB form the radius, and therefore I can say that the length of OA is equal to the length of OB. Now using distance formula, I can definitely find the length of OA. So using distance formula, we get the length of OA. So to find the length of OA, I will have to consider the coordinates of O and A. So it is going to be square root of OA. OA is going to be 4 minus 2 the whole square. That's the difference in their x coordinates. Plus 3 minus 3 the whole square. So this is going to be OA. And OB is, when I calculate OB, I will have to take the coordinates of points O and B. So OB is going to be x minus 2 the whole square. That is the difference in their x coordinates, plus 5 minus 3 the whole square. Now squaring both sides, we get 4 minus 2 the whole square. 4 minus 2 the whole square plus 3 minus 3 the whole square is equal to x minus 2 the whole square plus 5 minus 3 the whole square is 2 square. So 2 square plus 0 square is equal to x minus 2 the whole square plus 2 square. You will notice that 2 square cancels from both sides. 0 square is anyways 0. And therefore I get x minus 2 the whole square is equal to 0, which implies that the value of x is 2, right? And therefore I can say that the value of x in this case is equal to 2. So again, using the distance formula, I was able to equate the radius of the two radii that were given, and this is how I solve for the unknown. Again, pausing for a couple of seconds before taking up the next one. Moving on to the next question. Find the coordinates of the point on the y-axis which is at a distance of 10 units from the point A of 6, 6. So there is some point which is on the y-axis. So let's consider that point to be B. And because this point is on the y-axis, I know that its x coordinate is 0 and y coordinate could be anything. So let me make a note of that. I can say let the point on the y-axis be b of 0, y, and because the point is on the y-axis, the x coordinate is 0. That is what you should notice here. And it's given that this particular point is at a distance of 10 units from the point A of 6, 6, which means that the length AB is equal to 10 units. The length AB can be calculated using distance formula. So I can say using distance formula, the length AB will be square root of 6 minus 0 the whole square, that's the difference between their x coordinates, plus 6 minus y the whole square, that is the difference between their y coordinates, and this is given as 10 units. So I can now calculate this as square root of 6 square is 36 plus 6 minus y the whole square is equal to 10. If I want to get rid of the square root sign, I will say squaring both sides. So squaring both sides, I get 36 plus 6 minus y the whole square is equal to 10 square, and therefore I get 36 plus 6 minus y the whole square is equal to 10 square is 100, which means 6 minus y the whole square is equal to 64. Now you have two options here. One is you can either expand 6 minus y the whole square and then solve the quadratic equation, or what I can do is I can directly find square root on both sides. So I get 6 minus y is equal to plus or minus 8, which means either 6 minus y is positive 8 or 6 minus y is negative 8, and therefore y becomes minus 2 or y becomes 14, and therefore the points on y-axis are 0, negative 2 or 0, 14. So there are basically 2 points on the y-axis that are at a distance of 10 units from 6, 6. So just to show you graphically, what it means is the point A is 6, 6, which is located in the first quadrant, right? This is where the point A is located, and the distance of this particular point from the y-axis is given as 10 units. So what I would do is I would take a rounder and I would draw two arcs of 10 centimeter intersecting the y-axis, and I find that these are the 2 points where the distance between the point A and the y-axis is equal to 10 units, right? Both these distances are 10 units, and the coordinates of these 2 points happens to be, so this particular point is 0, negative 2, and this particular point is 0, 14. So this is how I can geometrically show you what we are trying to do, right? So again, pausing for a few seconds before moving on. Moving on to the next question. Let us solve this particular question. Find the point on x-axis, each one of which is at a distance of 5 units from the point A of 6, minus 3. So let's assume that the point on x-axis is C, right? So let C be the point. Let C be the point on x-axis. And therefore I can conclude that C has coordinates. C of x, 0, right? So the coordinates of C are x, 0. Again, because this lies on the x-axis, therefore the y coordinate is 0. And this particular point is going to be at a distance of 5 units from the point A of 6, minus 3. Now, if you read the question carefully, they are saying find the points on x-axis, each one of which is at a given distance. That means there are more than one points according to the question. But right now, let us assume that there is just one particular point C, which is at a distance of 5 units from the point A. Okay. So now I can say that it is given that the length of CA is 5 units. This is 5 units. Now using distance formula, I can find the length of CA. So using distance formula, the length of CA is going to be under root of. Now the difference between the x coordinates is x minus 6. So that's root of x minus 6 square plus the difference in their y coordinates is 0, minus 3. 0 minus of minus 3 the whole square, and this distance is 5 units. So this gives me under root of x minus 6 the whole square plus 0 plus 3 the whole square is 9 is equal to 5, and therefore squaring both sides we get x minus 6 the whole square plus 9 is equal to 5 square, which is 25, and therefore x minus 6 the whole square is 16. Taking square root on both sides, I get x minus 6 is square root of 16, which is either positive 4 or x minus 6 is negative 4, and therefore x is either positive 10 or x is equal to positive 2, right? And therefore the 2 points on x-axis, at a distance of 5 units from the point A of 6 comma minus 3 is, one point is 10 comma 0, or the other point is say D 2 comma 0. Now let me graphically show you what this really means. What this means is there is a point A of 6 comma minus 3. So 6 comma minus 3 is going to lie in the fourth quadrant. This is A of 6 comma minus 3. And we want to find the point on the x-axis. So let me just highlight the x-axis over here. I want to find the point on the x-axis which is at a distance of 5 units from A. That is, this length has to be 5 units, as well as this length should also be 5 units, right? Both these lengths have to be 5 units each. So one point is D of 2 comma 0 and the other point is C of 10 comma 0. This is how we solve this particular question, and this is how I can geometrically show what we actually did in this particular problem. So pausing for a minute before taking up the next one. Taking up the next question, let us consider this problem. Find the point on y-axis which is equidistant from points A and B. So let the point on y-axis be C, and because the point on y-axis is C, I can assume that the x-coordinate is 0 and y-coordinate could be anything. If I were to draw a diagram, I know that the distance between A and C and B and C is the same. So this is A of 6 comma 5 and this is B of negative 4 comma 3. The point C is 0 comma y. I know that the distance AC is equal to the distance BC. So AC is equal to BC. This is because C is equidistant from A and B. C is equidistant from A and B. And therefore, I can now use distance formula to frame the expression for AC. So using distance formula, we get, to find the length of AC, I know that it is square root of. So when I find AC, I should be taking coordinates of A and C. So AC is going to be under root of 6 minus 0 the whole square plus 5 minus y the whole square. This is equal to square root of the distance between B and C. So to find the distance between B and C, I should take coordinates of B and C. That's going to be -4, -0 square plus 3 minus y the whole square. And now I can say squaring both sides, I get 6 minus 0 the whole square plus 5 minus y the whole square is equal to -4, -0 the whole square is 16 plus 3 minus y the whole square. And now I can expand all the terms and find the square. So 36 plus a minus b the whole square is a square minus 2ab plus b square is equal to 16 plus 3 minus y square becomes a square minus 2ab plus b square. And now y square cancels from both sides. So 36 plus 25 becomes 61 minus 10y is 16 plus 9 is 25 minus 6y. And rearranging the terms, I get 61 minus 25 is equal to 10y minus 6y, which means 36 is equal to 4y, and therefore the value of y is 9. And therefore the point on x-axis, the point on y-axis equidistant from A and B is 0, 9. Right? This is how we solve this particular question. Again, pausing for a minute, and we end today's session over here. Take a look at the ideas that were used in this particular problem, and we end our session after that. Ending today's session here.